Inspector Theater.
Can I come in?
Come on in, Mr. Fire. The door's open for you.
Thank you. You always make me feel so warm and welcome.
No, these doors are supposed to have self-closing springs on them. But they weren't required when the home was made. No, they're supposed to have self-closing. So they don't require them here. No, they're not supposed to have self-closing springs on them. I get it. It's a nuisance. I took my springs off. I was carrying my groceries in. It was a problem. I made an educated decision to do a foolish thing. Doors should be self-closing. Most of the things you care about are on the other side of that door. But this is the garage overhead car entry. The garage car entry overhead panel door video. We can call it that. Okay? The control buttons are supposed to be closer, not supposed to be closer to the floor than 5 feet. This one's probably okay. This one's definitely, I'm physically, I'm height challenged. This is definitely lower than 4 feet, so little hands can get to it. You should have a warning notice posted, an entrapment notice posted next to the doors. Sometimes they have an illustration, not always, but they have an illustration of a child being squashed or something like that. We should have a warning safety notice on that. Our doors should be GFCI protected, but the age of the house, that code was not in effect when the home was built. We have wooden panel metal frame doors. This one over here does not work, like I said. I think I said. Okay, I understand that somebody's going to come and fix that or even do more. Okay, so, but this one is operable, and the installations on these are identical. The optic sensors are closer than 6 inches to the floor, and that's a good thing. These electric wires, these control wires, they should have been stapled with insulated staples, and they were not. The manual door lock should have been decommissioned so that you don't shut the lock it, forget about it, touch the button. If it works, the door opens and it yanks your door all out of jam and all out of whack and all out of wank and just generally mess it up. So these locks are supposed to be decommissioned so that at this point when the door opener doesn't work, you might want a lock. You could pull the safety reverse and then it'd be like that. Coming on. Speaking of safety reverse, it's kind of hard to get around in here. Why does it take you so long to do an inspection? I don't know. That's interesting. So our spring is adjusted about right. Optic sensors are close enough to the floor, improperly stapled with non-insulated staples. Door lock not decommissioned. We should have spring tension notices on the first panel, on the corners of the first panels. We do not have those. That same notice that I was talking about over there by the door control buttons, the entrapment, safety notice, that should be there. Okay, we already talked about it not being GFCI protected, nor was it required. So we're going to operate this. I made a business decision to do no harm. It's on my inspection agreement that's posted on my website. It's on my inspection agreement that my dear client signed. And then I'm going to disclose that also on the in the report that I did not do a block test. I'm going to give instructions if you want a block test. I have instructions baked in the report. So if the seller or you or somebody, your agent, somebody can do a block test. I choose not to do block tests. I'm going to take my big old flat zombie hoof and I'm going to break the beam. If I can get over there fast enough through this obstacle course. We know that the safety reverse works. We know that much, but I did not do a block test. So what do we learn? At least when the switch is too low, we do not have a notice. We learned that we do not have spring tension notices on the bottom corners. We do not have an entrapment notice posted on the doors. We learned that our staples are not insulated. We learned that our openers are not GFCI. We learned that this one doesn't work. And we also learned our manual door locks were not decommissioned. And we also learned that we do not have pull handles. Like this one doesn't work. You could pull this handle, loosen it up, use a pull handle, open and close it, use the lock to lock it now because it's not connected to the motor, and come in through the house. You know, you could do that, but we do not have handles inside the doors either.